Hey up everybody, Magpie Gaming here, bringing you another Battlefield 1 video. And in this video I'm just going to look through the patch notes, or update notes as they're called, for the next update to Battlefield 1, which would have been the July update, but because they're releasing a map with it, it's now called the Praise the Tahoe update. Now I'm not going to go really in depth with this isn't a big update, it's a fairly small one compared to the last one, so I'm just going to pick out the juicy bits from it and have a look through those. So of course we do have Praise the Tahoe launching with this update, and this is the second night map on Battlefield 1. Now if you haven't seen any footage of it or know anything about it, the best way to describe it to you is it is Amiens at night. Basically an urban setting in a town in France in the Ardennes region, and the French raiders and the German stormtroopers clash in this area and it leads to some pretty intense fighting. So basically you've got alleyways and passageways and small narrow roads to deal with. Very much assault driven. Now there are some vehicles on the map, there are some tanks, but it's probably not the best idea to take these tanks into the centre of the town because of the concentration of the assault troops. Mostly from what I've seen, the tanks just get decimated when they try that. But you can go around the outskirts of the map, and the tanks are quite effective at keeping the flags on the outskirts up for grabs, if you want to put it like that. They do help keep certain flags. Now this is a premium map. This is the last map from the Shall Not Pass DLC. But with premium trials that DICE are bringing out, you will be able to try this map even if you don't have premium BF1. So premium trials is basically where you can try any of the DLC that is premium and you're able to try it for free. Now when Praise the Tahoe comes out, you will be able to try it for 7 days. But one of the things that they've carried over from premium friends is that you won't gain any XP when you play the premium maps, which I think is a dogshit move from DICE. I don't understand the reasoning behind it. I didn't understand the reasoning behind it with premium friends, and they're going to do it with premium trials. So when you play any of these premium maps, if you don't own premium, you don't gain any XP. So again, you won't be able to spawn in the premium vehicles, you won't be able to use the premium weapons either, and the progression and unlocks will be restricted to the premium pass holders only. So that bit's fair enough, but I think the XP, I think that it's a bit silly to keep that just to the premium people. I think, you want to sell this DLC, then make it, at least the XP available to everybody. But in my personal opinion, premium should be scrapped now. They're not going to do it for Battlefront 2, so why they keep persisting with it on Battlefield 1 when they're clearly struggling with the player base to keep people interested in it, I don't know. But yeah, that's an argument in another video. So there's been some bug fixes to maps and modes. Sessignons, they've adjusted the D flag area in front lines to improve map balance. A couple of bug fixes for Nouvelle Nights. One of those is where the out of bounds grayscale screen effect wouldn't enable sometimes, so you was able to access other parts of the map that you shouldn't been able to access. Some changes have been made to the map voting system. Now the map voting system was a feature that the community wanted and it was added, and arguably it does work quite well, but the issue with it is that you can then vote to just play again on the map that you've just played, which is a little annoying. So what they're going to do now is the map that you played before and the one that you're playing on will no longer be able to be selected in the map voting. So it will pick 2 other maps that you haven't just played previously and the one that you're playing on. So for it, the last 2 maps basically won't be selectable in the map rotation. So that makes it a little bit more random, should bring out a better selection of maps. I've noticed it on Man when I've been playing that I've played the same map maybe every 2 or 3 goes, and it gets annoying after a while. They've also fixed some other minor bugs with regards to being kicked out of the client and disconnects when loading maps, just random issues like that. They've made some changes to the paid for servers that they do, the rent a server program. Now this is just a bolt on that I don't think many people really use. I don't think it's a very used feature within Battlefield 1. Certainly not something that I've heard of any of my friends using, and not something that I've looked to use. I think it's just way too restrictive in what you can and can't do on those those servers. But they've made some changes to it. They've added a new setting to allow limited number of specific kits, added setting for round time limit multiplier, they've added a setting for unlimited magazines. They've also added a soft lock option where players with a ping higher than 100 milliseconds get kicked automatically. So again, there's some changes to it, but I really don't think many people use it, to be fair. And that is pretty much it for this update. As I say, not a lot in it. I would think that the September update, when you get the next lot of DLC, will be a bigger update altogether. Although they've moved away from the seasonal updates, it looks like those are still kind of taking place a little bit. So, but you're still getting these monthly updates that are crushing bugs, which is good in my eyes. So yeah, a couple of fixes there, a new map coming that everybody will be able to try. But of course, if you're not premium, you won't gain any XP out of it, which, like I say, I think is wrong. But there you go. Lupco Pass is currently on the CTE server. Now, there is issues with CTE certification from Microsoft and Sony. It will be coming to the consoles at some point, but right now it is both Sony and Microsoft that are holding the process up, awaiting certification, awaiting to be told whether or not they'll allow it on their systems. I do think that Xbox will. They're a little bit more open with things like that. Sony, I'm not too sure. They like to keep their garden very much walled and don't really like the sort of test environments on their systems. Why? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. I do know that there's a process of certification to go through. That's all well and good, but they really are dragging their feet with it now. And it's a shame, because I think that the feedback of the whole community is what's needed, not just as PC players. You know, the feedback should come from console players too. But we'll just have to wait and see on that one. It is in the works, but there's just no specific dates as to when they will be added to their systems. And that is pretty much all I've got for you today regarding Battlefield 1. There is rumours that there'll be more Russian DLC coming to the CTE, so if you are on the CTE, keep a lookout for that. At the moment, it's just Lupco Pass, which I think is an amazing map, so hopefully the others will be just as good. But yeah, thank you very much for watching and listening, everybody. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care.